Ladies and gentlemen, the convocation procession is about to enter. May I request all of you to please rise and remain standing. I request all of you to please rise and remain standing till the dignitaries occupy their seats. May I request all of you to please rise and remain standing till the dignitaries occupy their seats. Thank you, everyone. Please take your seats. Esteemed Chief Guest of the ceremony, Shri Sandeep Bakshi, Honorable Pro-Chancellors Dr. R.P. Singhania and Shri H.P. Singhania, Vice-Chancellor Dr. Dheeraj Sanghi, Pro-Vice-Chancellor Dr. Alka Mahajan, respected members of the Board of Management and Academic Council, Directors, Officiating Registrar, Deans, colleagues, invited guests, friends from media and press, parents and dear students, a very good afternoon to one and all present here. I, Dr. Poonam Mishra, extend a warm and hearty welcome to all of you to this serene and beautiful campus of J.K. Lakshmipat University on the 12th Convocation and Founders Day celebrations. दीप ज्योति पर ब्रह्म दीप ज्योतिर जनार्दना दीपो हरतु मैं पापम दीप ज्योतिर नमोस्तुते. Meaning, I fold my hands before the Lord, the maintainer of this creation, in the form of this light. I adore this light, which destroys all the pains resulting from my omissions and commissions. With these words, may I request our esteemed chief guest and other dignitaries on the dais to light the ceremonial lamp and invoke blessings of Goddess Saraswati. And also request to garland the bust of Lala Lakshmipat Ji Singhania.
Yeah.
Thank you, sirs and ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a moment of pride for all of us to have Shri Sandeep Bakshi, Managing Director and CEO, ICICI Bank Limited, with us on the occasion. I request Dr. R.P. Singhania to extend a floral welcome to our chief guest. Thank you, sir. What counts in our life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made in the lives of others. JK Lakshmipat University has been promoted by the JK organization, one of the leading industrial conglomerates of our country, with a rich heritage of more than 140 years. JKLU is inspired by the vision of its key architect, Lala Lakshmipatji Singhania, a visionary, pioneer, entrepreneur, humanitarian, and a leader of outstanding quality. Today, we are celebrating 114th birth anniversary of Lala Lakshmipatji Singhania as our Founders' Day. I now take pleasure in inviting our Pro-Chancellor, Dr. R.P. Singhania, to deliver the Founders' Day address.
Distinguished Chief Guest, Shri Sandeep Bakshi ji, members of the Board of Management and Academic Council, Pro-Chancellor H.P. Singhania ji, Vice-Chancellor Professor Dheeraj Sanghi, Vice-Chancellors, Heads of Institutions, Faculty, Staff and students of JKLU, parents, distinguished guests, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, and above all, the graduating students of class of 2024. A very good afternoon and a very warm welcome to you all on this momentous occasion of our Founders' Day. This day also marks the birth anniversary of late Lala Lakshmipatji Singhania, a pioneering Indian entrepreneur, industrialist and visionary, in whose honor this university has been established. Today, also, the 12th convocation of our university, celebrating the onset of new phase of life for our graduating students. My heartiest greetings and best wishes to all the graduating students. I'm delighted to see a sea of happy faces of our graduating students. This is a proud moment that we all look forward to for the entire year. We are privileged to have amongst us today Shri Sandeep Bakshi, Managing Director and CEO of ICICI Banking Limited. Shri Bakshi is highly respected for his pioneering leadership role in the banking industry, financial services and insurance industry. Shri Bakshi, on behalf of the entire JKLU fraternity, I extend a very hearty welcome to you and thank you for having spared the time to be with us. We look forward to your words of wisdom for us and our graduating students. I also extend a very hearty welcome and thank the members of the Board of Management, Academic Council, Research Advisory Board, Academic Advisory Board, and the Boards of Studies. The laurels achieved by the university are due to the wise counsel and direction provided by all of you. The Founders' Day reminds us of our inception and inspires us all to commit to even higher standards of academic excellence at the university. We celebrate this day as a tribute to my father, late Lala Lakshmipatji Singhania, my apologies, who was a leading entrepreneur in the country during his time and always believed that a quality education is the right of every citizen. I must say that I'm making twice the mistake of taking the name of my grandfather, Lala Kamlapatji. Incidentally, I'm sorry, but yesterday we celebrated his Founders' Day in Delhi. Lala Lakshmipat Singhania inspired JK Group to set up numerous education institutions and research centers in the fields of sociology, applied physics, radiology and cancer, elastomers and tire, paper and pulp, etc., much before most of the businesses recognize the term corporate social responsibility. The group runs 40 schools, 5 institutes of vocational studies, and 5 higher education institutes imparting education to lakhs of students. In keeping with our long-term commitment towards building an edifice for world-class higher education, JK Lakshmipat University was established in Jaipur in 2011. The founders wanted to build an institution of higher learning which would bring together futuristic international best practices, leading pedagogy, curricula, and the faculty, an institution where students would be encouraged to think critically, innovate, and act to address their current needs and future aspirations. As Nelson Mandela said, quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world," unquote. On this Founders' Day and convocation, I fondly remember my elder brother, the first Chancellor of this university, Padma Bhushan Shri Harishankar Singhania, who was a highly respected industrialist throughout his life. He was a success personified in all realms of life and a role model for many in the industry. He held the position of Chairman of the Board of Governors of Indian Institute of Management, Lucknow, for 15 years. It is rewarding to note the good work done in the field of research and consultancy by our faculty members, besides continuing high-quality teaching. Over the last 3 years, we saw a significant increase in the number of publications in the top-ranked journals and publications of patents, as also awards conferred on the faculty members for their contribution. I thank the entire teaching as well as the non-teaching teams for their efforts. The 4 institutes of our university are in the disciplines of design, engineering, and management, along with various centers of excellence, in particular, the Center for Communication and Critical Thinking. This CCCT offers unique programs and courses, nurturing and grooming future designers, engineers, and managers. The first batch of Harishankar Singhania School of Business commenced in July 2024. HSB offers a high-quality, full-stack 2-year MBA program with specialization in product management. In keeping with the changing industry requirements, we have designed our learning to be more flexible, multidisciplinary, and immersive. Our collaboration with Michigan State University, University of Birmingham, University of Florida, Edinburgh Napier University, Hanyang University, South Korea, and Artificial Intelligence Institute of University at the University of South Carolina, USA, University of Wales, UK, are enriching our academic agenda. Our semester exchange program with BITS Pilani, IITs at Gandhinagar, Jammu, Delhi, Jodhpur, and Bhilai, and IITs Hyderabad and Delhi help widen the horizons of our students. The university has been successful in incorporating digital platforms to provide intensive quality education to its students. We have collaborations with the likes of Coursera as well as Infosys and Code Chef to provide digital platforms of learning. Despite COVID pandemic, which affected 2 of their academic years, our students of the graduating class of 24 did remarkably well in placements. Most placements, eligible students were successfully placed, with the average and median salaries remaining the same despite the economic turndown last year. For BTech, the placement figures of 2024 were remarkable, with the highest salary crossing 22 lakh rupees in JKLU for the first time. The entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystem nurtured by JKLU over the years is now being recognized across the country. This year, the Atal Incubation Center of JKLU, recognized as Atal Innovation Mission's top-performing business incubator, celebrated its 5-year milestone this July. AIC of JKLU has supported over 80 startups, creating a significant impact across various domains. So far, AIC JKLU startups have generated more than 2 crore rupees in revenue, produced 235 plus direct jobs and 179 indirect jobs. The startups have raised over 5 crore rupees to ANIC, SISFS and HDFC and angel investors and have produced 8 plus intellectual property rights. Notable impacts include support for 600 plus senior citizens through elder care initiatives, transformation of 1,000 plus agricultural fields to renewable energy sources, and over 200 hours of dedicated mentorship per startup. Taking a new step in the student-driven approach, JKLU has piloted a student-led Institution Innovation Council this year. This is a pioneering effort that aligns with the shared goals of AICTE and the Ministry of Education, supported by AIC JKLU. At JKLU, we are committed to imparting values of caring for people, integrity, including intellectual honesty, openness, fairness, and trust, and commitment to excellence to our graduating youth. I would like to conclude by conveying to my dear graduating students that learning doesn't stop here. Be a curious and passionate learner all your life. Take initiatives. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from safe harbor, catch the tide in your sails, explore, dream, and discover. Embrace new technologies, embrace change instead of staying in comfort zone. Be innovative, do things which are different. The future holds no promise, but rather mysteries and surprises. What you have learned will prepare you for both. As the famous philosopher John Dewey said, quote, "Education is not a preparation for life. Education is life itself." Unquote. Learning is not just a means to an end, but a continuous essential part of human existence. Education in JKLU encompasses more than academics. It includes personal growth, ethical development, and social awareness, making learning inseparable from daily life. I congratulate you again and wish you the best for the future. I take this opportunity to thank all our stakeholders of the university, particularly the parents of our students who have placed their trust in us for development of their children. For the media, while I thank them for supporting and showcasing our activities, I also urge them to guide us through greater involvement in what we could do and do more. Before I close, I would once again like to thank Shri Sandeep Bakshi for being with us today on this Founders' Day and convocation. I request him to share his thoughts, bless our graduating students, and provide us some guidance on what more could we do in JKLU for the service of the society while taking JLU to the next level of an exemplary and innovative institution of learning. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your insights and inspiring all of us over here. I now invite my faculty colleague, Dr. Monica Soni, and the BDes student, Aditya Kakkar, to pay tribute to our founder, Lala Lakshmipat ji Singhania.
Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, colleagues, and dear students, it is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you today to pay tribute to our esteemed founder, the late Shri Lala Lakshmipat ji Singhania. Since joining J.K. Lakshmipat University, I have come to deeply admire and appreciate the remarkable legacy of this visionary leader, a legacy that JKLU embodies and proudly communicates to the world. He was truly a man ahead of his time. His forward-thinking approach continues to inspire generation. To illustrate, he understood the profound importance of brand identity long before it became a norm. He played a pivotal role in creating the iconic hammer, hand, and geared wheel logo, a symbol synonymous with the JK organization. He also foresaw the importance of diversification, establishing industries like paper and steel production, which today serve as cornerstones of JK's success story. Beyond his contribution to industry, Lala Lakshmipat Ji Singhania's compassion and commitment to society set him apart. He pioneered the concept of developing entire township around JK manufacturing units, ensuring that employees and their families had access to quality education, healthcare, and housing. His vision extended far beyond business. He believed in nation building through education, a vision that has manifested in the establishment of numerous schools and, of course, this extraordinary institution of higher learning. His legacy is not confined to his lifetime. He has inspired countless individuals, including his distinguished family, who continue to uphold his vision with unwavering dedication. We remain deeply grateful for their steadfast support to this university and its mission. While words can only begin to convey the profound depth of his greatness, I would like to leave you with a thought that reflects his enduring legacy. Great leaders do not just build institutions, they shape futures. Ladies and gentlemen, everything we witness and experience here today is a testament to the future foresight and extraordinary vision exemplified by Sri Lala Lakshmipat Ji Singhania. Thank you.
Respected dignitaries, esteemed faculty, and my fellow students, today it is my great honor to pay tribute to our revered founder, late Sri Lala Lakshmipat Singhania Ji. His belief that education is not merely a preparation for life, it is life itself, inspires all of us at JK Lakshmipat University. Lala Ji envisioned education as more than just acquiring knowledge. It is a journey to build character, foster ethical values, and empower individuals for a meaningful life. A visionary entrepreneur and a humanitarian, Lala Lakshmipat Singhania dedicated his life to uplifting society through education, health, and industry. His legacy is one of resilience, compassion, and integrity, and he believed deeply in self-reliance and service to humanity. The hospitals, schools, and industries he established continue to shape countless lives, a testament to his enduring impact. At JKLU, we are inspired to embody his principles, becoming not only skilled professionals, but also responsible citizens who contribute to the society. Through our education here, we are encouraged to develop critical thinking, leadership, and a spirit of humility. Lalaji's life reminds us that true success lies not only in what we achieve, but in how we serve others. Let us honor his legacy by carrying forward his vision, striving to be both job-ready and life-ready, and always keeping the values of respect, self-discipline, and service at the heart of all we do. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. Thanks, Aditya. May I now invite Dr. Dheeraj Sanghi, Vice Chancellor of the University, to sum up the Founders' Day ceremony before we commence the convocation proceedings.
Esteemed Chief Guest, Shri Sandeep Bakshi Ji, Pro-Chancellors of the University, Shri Raghupati Singhania and Shri Harshpati Singhania Ji, members of the Board of Management and Academic Council, other distinguished guests, my colleagues in the university, parents, and students. It is indeed my pleasure to sum up the proceedings of the Founders' Day before we commence the convocation ceremony. We just heard Dr. Raghupati Singhania delivering the Founders' Day address, and our faculty and student paying glowing tributes to Lala Lakshmipat Ji Singhania. The most befitting tribute to Lala Lakshmipat Ji is the success of all the graduating students that we are celebrating today. We are also blessed to have the august presence of Shri Sandeep Bakshi Ji on this occasion. We look forward to his address, which I am sure will be a great inspiration to all our graduating students. I thank all our guests who have joined us on this occasion. My thanks to the officers, faculty, staff, and student volunteers for their efforts in organizing the Founders' Day function in the most befitting manner. Let me also announce that there will be a cultural program in the evening at 6:30 p.m. at this venue itself to celebrate our Foundation Day. Thank you. Jai Hind. May I now request the Honorable Pro-Chancellor to declare the convocation open.
I now declare the convocation open.
Dear all, I welcome you all to this beautiful campus of J.K. Lakshmipat University on this happy occasion of the university's 12th convocation ceremony. Today, we have gathered here to award degrees to young deserving sons and daughters of this great nation and to celebrate their success. I am particularly happy to welcome Shri Sandeep Bakshi ji, MD and CEO of ICICI Bank Limited. He is a distinguished alumnus of Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh, where I was the director before coming to JKLU. We are so grateful to him for accepting our invitation and are honored by his gracious presence in our midst today. शुक्रिया आपका, आपके आने से रौनक तो बढ़ी, वरना ये महफिल, ये जज्बात अधूरे रह जाते. It is my utmost pleasure to present the annual report of the university. In this convocation, we shall be awarding BTech degrees to 94 students, MTech degrees to 2 students, BCA degrees to 16 students, BBA degrees to 75 students, BDes degrees to 27 students, MDes degrees to 3 students, and PhD degrees to 5 students, a total of 222 students. This university is steadily gaining in size and stature, and this is the first time in our brief history that we are graduating more than 200 students. All the degrees that we have awarded today will be on DigiLocker today itself. We are one of the few universities in the country who are so IT savvy, and so that all the degrees are digitally available immediately after the convocation. 2 of our PhD graduates have done so after they have become the senior citizen. इल्म वो शमा है जो कभी बुझती नहीं, सीखने की राह कभी रुकती नहीं. These 2 PhD scholars have proven that there is no age limit to learning. The landmark event of this year, of course, has been the launch of our first MBA program in Harishankar Singhania School of Business. This is the first time in India that a full-time, in-person MBA program with a specialization in product management has been started. The first cohort of 19 students started the journey in June 2024 under the leadership of Professor Gregory Dunn, an internationally reclaimed management scholar and leader who has launched or revived 2 such management programs in 2 different countries in Central Asia. The founding batch is always special since they have taken the maximum risk in joining a program which they had no history about, which they could ask or verify the quality, no placement statistics to think over, and we thank all of them in reposing their faith in us. Our students have been making waves. Let me mention a few of the achievements. There is a lot of focus on sustainability on campus, and there is no wonder that our students have won the Circular Campus Innovation Challenge multiple times. I think this is probably the 4th continuous year that we have won this challenge, and this year was no exception. A team consisting of Srishti Chauhan, Shubham Jain, and Vaibhav Chauhan has been placed in top 3, the only team from India. They received 3 months of training and mentorship to develop their ideas. Thanks to Atal Incubation Center and Institution Innovation Council's efforts, many students are excited about entrepreneurship in JKLU. A startup called Ballers Academy has been set up by 4 students who are graduating today actually, Diksha Dikshit, Ritisha Mathur, Ayush Ranwa, and Akshat Modani. They are using AI to guide the baller to become better. They have won the VGU eHub's rupees 50,000 grant, as well as a mention at Google's AI Startup School. Vaibhav Chauhan, a BTech student, won the Most Innovative Solution Award at IIT Roorkee's prestigious Power Systems Cybersecurity Hackathon. He was competing against teams from IITs and industry professionals, and he has not only secured a cash prize, but also an internship at IIT Roorkee. Almost 30 of our engineering students have taken advantage of our student mobility program, under which our students spend a semester at IIT or other fine institutions. This year, we have added BITS Pilani to this list of universities with whom we have an MOU, and some students will be spending the next semester at Pilani. We have strongly encouraged students to take exams like GATE and CAT and go for higher education in top institutions. The mentoring has started taking effect, and we now have our alumni studying in IIMs, IITs, IIITs, etc. The number of students who passed GATE this year was an order of magnitude more than last year. A very large number of students are going for internships in IITs and other research organizations. 2 students received fully sponsored internship at Carleton University in Canada this summer. They are Raj Burad, a BTech student, and Himangi Puri, a BTech student. One of our MDes student, Alind Agarwal, won the global design competition for designing the logo for Ayodhya. 4 out of top 5 positions in the Rajasthan Police Hackathon were occupied by JKLU students this year. In fact, after that, Rajasthan Police has signed an MOU with us to help them in combating cyber crimes. We have reconstituted Institution Innovation Council, or IIC, a program by Ministry of Education and AICT, as a student-led council for the first time in India. The government will be watching us to know whether to replicate this model in the rest of the country. Sir, we also have a very distinguished faculty who have won many laurels. Let me also mention a few here. Professor Bala Subramaniam was invited by Michigan State University, USA, to deliver 2 talks. One was on power of design, and the other one was on artisan and designer, the Indian experience. By the way, we also have an MOU with MSU for joint student projects in the summer in Jaipur. Dr. Kshitij Verma, who holds a PhD in computer science and also has a law degree, has done commendable work in applying AI to the discipline of law. He was invited to deliver a lecture at Carlo Catano University in Italy on understanding the impact of LLMs on creating future employment in businesses. He also taught the first ever course on AI regulation to students of JKLU. Astha Gohil, a faculty member in the Institute of Design, was invited by NID Ahmedabad to teach a filmmaking course. Dr. Manishi Gupta was invited to be a member at Mathematical Training and Talent Search Camp at CUT and Thiravuru in the summer. Dr. Riya Sureka has been appointed as an associate editor of the journal Asia Pacific Management Review. Dr. Azima has been invited in multiple conferences around the world to present her research. Several other faculty members have published the research in good venues around the world. Sir, we also have a very hectic schedule in the university where every day there is some event or the other. There are a large number of student clubs, each of them active in organizing events. The institute keeps organizing seminars, workshops, and so on. Our Center for Critical Thinking organizes numerous workshops aimed at converting our students to informed citizens of the country. I'll briefly mention a few events which are really special. This year we organized the 2nd edition of the Jaipur Design Week. We grew almost 10 times from about 50 participants to 500 participants. The design community in Jaipur has taken note, and we hope that we will be known nationally in another year or 2. We organized several workshops, panel discussions, movie screening, book launch, competitions, and short-term courses for general public in the Jaipur Design Week. We also awarded Ms. Danisha Mehta the Emerging Designer of the Year award. She works in East London, dedicated to learning of students with learning disabilities and from poor socio-economic background. Another design-related event was Design Guru Day, which we have been conducting on November 9th every year. This year's Design Guru was Professor Asha Bakshi, who spoke on the topic of Fashion Unfolded, a journey of serendipity. She was the founding dean of NIFT Delhi. We organized the JKLU Laureate Award function in March. The awardee this year was Shri Deepak Parekh, the former chairman of Housing Development Finance Corporation. He spoke on the topic, Viksit Bharat, Vision to India 2047, Opportunities for Youth. Among other events on the campus, we had Hack JKLU, the annual hackathon, the annual startup summit, where we also arranged crowdfunding for student entrepreneurs from all institutions. We celebrate all festivals and several other events like Ethnic Day, Mother Language Day, and so on. Our graduates have therefore experienced mini India right here on our campus, and they're ready to work in a multicultural team. The visitors to the campus consist of top leadership from academia, industry, and several other walks of life. We had Professor Satish Tripathi, President of Sunny Buffalo, several professors from IITs, IIMs, NIDs, several CXOs from industry. The exposure that our students get by interacting with these people is immensely useful and helpful in their careers. We take our students to various events and places in the city, including Jaipur Literary Festival, Craftsman, Industry, and so on. So they understand not just theory, but practice as well. In this year, we have become very active in organizing management development programs. We offer these programs in strategic leadership, sales and marketing, finance, HR, and other areas for senior leadership in various companies belonging to JKO. I must thank all our stakeholders for their support, advice, and trust in doing all this. I would now change track and address the graduates. First of all, please accept my hearty congratulations to each one of you and to your parents and family members. Please remember the sacrifices that your parents and loved ones have made for you to succeed. And in order to recall and thank those sacrifices, can I ask all of you to have a huge round of applause for your parents? Thank you. Your batch was severely impacted by a pandemic, particularly those who have done the 4-year degree. Your first year was almost entirely online, with very little in-person interaction with faculty or other students. This was a very traumatic period. But today, I see that all of you, the challenges that have encouraged you to work harder, to become more resilient, and I'm sure this resilience will benefit you immensely in your lives. As we move forward, our world is becoming a VUCA world. Volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. And I'm sure you are well trained to handle such a future, not only to survive in this world, but to tame this world and bring back this world to a more normal one. I have often said that the transition from school to college is one of the most difficult one. Well, guess what? The transition from college to the real world is the second most difficult one, and you're going to go through that now. When you were in class 10th or 12th, you were constantly told to just work hard in the last 2-3 years of your school and your life will be all set. When you came to college, you received a shock, since you were told that the hard work is not over yet. But you were once again told, just do the hard work for next 3-4 years and your life will be all set. I'm sure all of you by now realized that you were tricked into doing hard work. And by now, we hope that you are used to hard work. Hard work will always be necessary to succeed. So if I were to tell you that, next 5 years work hard and then life will be set, it doesn't happen that way. Okay? So ख्वाहिशों से नहीं गिरते हैं फूल झोली में, ख्वाहिशों से नहीं गिरते हैं फूल झोली में, कर्म की शाख को हिलाना होगा. Flowers will not fall in your lap just by desires. You will have to stir the branch of hard work to do that. We at JKLU have a curriculum where we are preparing you not just for a job, but to take responsibility for the society and the nation, to instill in you a sense of purpose in life and empower you with the capabilities and tools to accomplish your goals. This is really important. While the official statistics show that 20% of our population will have a college degree, 90% of them would have a very poor quality education. So you are in the top 2% of this nation. You are privileged to have studied in a place like JKLU. And with that privilege comes responsibility. You must always try to bring smiles to the fellow human beings. You must always be guided by what is right thing to do. You should always remember the talisman given by Mahatma Gandhi. Whenever you are in doubt, or when the self becomes too much, apply the following test. Recall the face of the poorest and the weakest man whom you have seen, and ask yourself if the step you contemplate is going to be of any use to him. किसी की मुस्कुराहटों पे हो निसार, किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते तेरे दिल में हो प्यार, जीना इसी का नाम है. The knowledge and skills that one learns in a typical college becomes obsolete very soon, but you are lucky. Since what you have learned here at JKLU is how to learn. With this skill, you will be able to keep learning for the rest of your life, keeping yourself updated all the time. You have also learned critical thinking and problem-solving skills. They will be with you for the rest of your lives. They will never become obsolete. Today, when you walk out from the portals of this university, you are not only taking with you a degree or wisdom, but a large number of lifelong friends. In fact, one may argue that the most important takeaway from a college are the friendships you build here. Whenever you are feeling low, whenever you need any advice or support, those friends will be just a phone call away. They will be with you in your good times and not so good times. So you are going out with a lot more than just the knowledge of some courses, and we wish you great success in all your future endeavors. And lastly, your association with us is not getting over today. It is just the beginning of a new relationship. We would want you to be in touch with us. Alumni success and alumni engagement are the most important parameters to judge any academic institution, and we will follow your journey with great interest. I urge you to remain engaged with the university and contribute in any manner to its continued success. तू याद कर या भूल जा, तू याद कर या भूल जा. You may remember us or you may forget us. तू याद है ये याद रख. But we will always remember you. This is something that you must always remember. Please consider JKLU as your second home. Do visit us often. We would like you to share your joys and sorrows and follow us on social media and other platforms to know what we are doing. जाते हो खुदा हाफिज. हाँ, इतनी गुजारिश है, जब याद हम आए तो मिलने की दुआ करना. God bless you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Jai Hind.
Students, for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Technology, Bachelor of Technology, and Bachelor of Computer Applications, please rise. Honorable Pro-Chancellor Sir, I submit that total 116 students, 4 for the Doctor of Philosophy, 2 for the Master of Technology, 94 for Bachelor of Technology, and 16 for Bachelor of Computer Applications who have been examined and found qualified for the award of the degree be conferred the said degree, including those in absentia.
By the authority given to me by the Board of Management as the Pro-Chancellor of this university, I confer on you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Technology, Bachelor of Technology, and Bachelor of Computer Applications, and charge you that in your life, by thought, word, and deed, you prove yourselves worthy of it. I also admit the other candidates of the said degree in absentia.
Students, you will now receive your degree from the Pro-Chancellor as I call your name and then return to your seat. PhD, Rachna Ranu. Sameer Jain. Dalpat Singh Chundawat. BTech Akash Mittal. Abhishek Arora. Akshat Agarwal. Akshat Modani. Aman Vijay. Arushi Singh. Aryan Sharma, Ayush Ranwa, Ayush Sharma, Bhavishi Bansal, Chinay Bora, Chirag Kumar, Chirag Sarasut, Chitra Sanjay Lakhani, Garv Baheti, Godala Sukumar Reddy, Hardika Kumar, Harsh Sharma, Isha Gupta, Jayavardhan Mishra, Keshav Soni, Kondrola Dinesh Reddy, Kopunur Bhanu Prakash Reddy, Madhikanti Naveen, Maram Sai Harsha Vardhan Reddy, Megha Khangrot, Megha Sethi, Minal Pandey, Mohak Goyal, Mohammad Asad, Mridul Goyal, मृदुल गुप्ता, नमीश खंडेलवाल, ओम प्रकाश कुमावत, पीयूष सोलंकी, प्रिया सोनी, प्रियम भारद्वाज, प्रियांशी शर्मा, राहुल जैन, ऋषा शर्मा, रितिशा माथुर, शर्मा रोहन नरेश, सौरभ ब्रह्मभट्ट, शिवांगी शुक्ला, शुभम शर्मा, सौम्य गौतम, स्पर्श गौड़, शुभांकर मिश्रा, वैभव गोयल, वर्धना शर्मा, वरुण ओझा, विकास जानू, विनय जहांगीर, विनीत मिश्रा, जीनल स्वर्णकार, साक्षी कश्यप, सिद्धार्थ वर्मा, प्रतीक शर्मा, कौस्तुभ सिंह, भूपति संजय कुमार, Anugula Vamsi, Yash Agarwal, Kushagra Singh, Medar Metla, Asrit, Mudit Loda, Gaurang Gupta, Jaya Sodani, Rajpurat, Som Prabha Kashyap, Harsh Khandelwal, Sandesh Jain, Mahendra Chaudhary, Yuvraj Singh Khichi, Geet Yadav, BCA, Aditya Vyas, Akbar Khan, Aman Jain, Amritanshu Mathur, Devesh Gupta, Kunal Purohit, Manas Acharya, Prachi Khandelwal, Priyanka, Rishi Sharma, Yashvardhan Shrimal, Yash Subhash Kumawat, Shubham Sharma, thank you.
Students for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Bachelor of Business Administration, please rise. Honorable Pro-Chancellor, Sir, I submit that total 76 students, 1 for Doctor of Philosophy and 75 for Bachelor of Business Administration, who have been examined and found qualified for the award of the degree be conferred the said degree, including those in absentia.
By the authority given to me by the Board of Management as Pro-Chancellor of this university, I confer on you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Bachelor of Business Administration, and charge you that in your life, by thought, word, and deed, you prove yourselves worthy of it. I also admit the other candidates for the said degree in absentia.
Students, you will now receive your degree from the Pro-Chancellor as I call your name and then return to your seat. PhD, Sriram Sundararajan. Amit Kumar Sharma. Aanchal Agrawal. Anmol Arora. Anmol Samdaria. Aryan Jain. Astha Bohra. Ayush Somani. Charvi Raka. Deep Jain. Dhruv Kothari. Diya Rathore. Dishika Goyal. Goransh Khandelwal. Harsh Maheshwari. Jaisu Sharma. Jyoti Kamar. Laksh Jangid. Lavish Pahuja. Mahipal Singh Devra. Monila Agrawal. Nishi Khandelwal. Parth Sharma. Priyanshi Chawla. Priyanshu Jangid. Puneet Jain. Rachit Shah. Raghav Kath. Rahul Saini, Rishi Raj Singh, Rudra Somani, Saral Jain, Shreyasi Rajendra Parate, Simran, Sneha Khandelwal, Soumya Raj Singh, Srijan Jain, Subrato Das, Tanishq Singla, Tushar Agrawal, Vidit Sharma, Yash Kumar, Yashika Saraswat, Nihar Chelani, Ritika Mehra. Thank you, sir.
Students for the degree of Master of Design and Bachelor of Design, please rise. Honorable Pro-Chancellor Sir, I submit the total of 30 students, 3 for Master of Design and 27 for Bachelor of Design, who have been examined and found qualified for the award of the degree. Be conferred the said degree, including those in absentia.
By the authority given to me by the Board of Management as the Pro-Chancellor of this university, I confer on you the degree of Master of Design and Bachelor of Design and charge you that in your life, by thought, word and deed, you prove yourselves worthy of it. I also admit the other candidates for the said degree in absentia.
Students, you will now receive your degree from the Pro-Chancellor as I call your name and then return to your seat. Harshika Jain. Navneet Jain. Nitansh Anand. Sanyukta Sameer Bhave. Anushmita Maitra. Bhavya Mathur. Prakriti Sharma. Riddhi Parekh. Rishika Vedab. Anchita Soni. Kirti Jangid. Rajnala Vijay Aparna. Vadlamudi Taruni. Vaibhav Sharma. Janak Mathur. Yashovardhan Shetty. Akshay Jain. Hi. Bhavika Bansal. Bhumika Sharma. Himangi Puri. Prateek Kumar Pradhan. And Siddhant Baveja. Thank you.
All graduating students will now take the pledge. Please rise for the pledge. All graduating students. Please repeat after me. I do hereby solemnly pledge that I shall, in thought, word and deed, endeavor to be worthy of the degree conferred on me by the J.K. Lakshmipat University. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request our esteemed chief guest to present the gold medals in different categories. I also request Dr. Ashwini Sharma, Acting Director, Institute of Management, to announce the names of the medalists.
I will now announce the names of the gold medalists. They'll come forward as I call their names and receive the medal from the chief guest and stay back on the dais for a group photograph. From Institute of Engineering and Technology, gold medal for topper in BTech Computer Science and Engineering, Aditya Shukla. May I request his father, Mr. Arvind Shukla, to collect the award on his behalf. Gold medal for best student in BTech, Jaya Sodani. Gold medal for topper in BCA, Niyati Soni. May I request Priyanka to collect the medal on her behalf. So Priyanka will collect the medal on behalf of Niyati Soni. Gold medal for best student in BCA, Aditya Vyas. Dr. Kavita Chaudhary Award for Best Outgoing Student in BTech Computer Science and Engineering goes to Jinal Swankar. Let's hear it for all the medalists. Gold medal for topper in BBA, Nishi Khandelwal. Nishi, it's a gold medal. Move faster. Gold medal for best student in BBA, Ritika Bhola. May I request Ritika's father, Mr. Mukesh Bhola, to collect the medal on her behalf. Gold medal for best student in BDES goes to Vaibhav Sharma. Thank you. May I now request all the medalists to come forward for a group photograph with the dignitaries on the dais.
Thank you, sirs. May I now invite two of our graduated students, Jaya Sodani and Vidit Sharma, to deliver the graduating speech.
Good afternoon, respected dignitaries, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and my fellow graduates. Today marks the culmination of years of hard work, sleepless nights, and moments of doubt. Standing here as a part of incredible class of 2024, I feel an overwhelming mix of gratitude, pride, and excitement. As I look around, I see not just graduates, but stories of resilience, growth, and triumph. We have learned to adapt, collaborate, and dream big, making this journey about more than just assignments and exams. It's been about discovering who we are and what we are capable of. None of this would have been possible without our support system. To our professors, thank you for your unwavering guidance. To our families, thank you for being our rock. And to our friends, thank you for making these years unforgettable. This university has also enriched us with extraordinary opportunities, from the transformative student exchange program with IITs and other institutes, where we worked alongside some of the brightest minds in the country, to internship with leading corporations and startups. We have gained invaluable experience that have prepared us for the professional world. These initiatives have bridged the gap between theory and practice, making us industry-ready graduates. As we step into a world of possibilities and uncertainties, let us carry forward the lessons we have learned here. First, don't fear failure. It's a stepping stone to success. Second, stay curious. Learning never stops. Finally, be kind, because kindness is the greatest strength of all. As we leave today, let's cherish the friendship, memories, and lessons that have shaped us. This isn't the end of our college journey, but it's a new beginning of a new adventure. To my fellow graduates, congratulations. Let's celebrate today and face tomorrow with courage, confidence, and determination to make a difference. Thank you.
Respected dignitaries, faculty members, beloved parents, and my friends. As I look around this gathering, surrounded by the warmth of familiar faces and the camaraderie of my dear friends, a gentle wave of nostalgia washes over me, reminding me of all that has transpired to bring us to this remarkable moment. When I joined JKLU, I could never have imagined just how much this institution would give me. From pursuing my passion for poetry to becoming a student leader, from building foundational knowledge about entrepreneurship as a student to now becoming an entrepreneur. This journey has been extraordinary. Through the unwavering support of AIC JKLU, I found the guidance to shape my vision and build a startup grounded in purpose and self-sufficiency. As I progressed on this path, I was fortunate to be guided by some of the most inspiring mentors of my life, teachers who shaped my journey. I met incredible seniors who encouraged and supported me, discovered steadfast encouragement from the university, and most importantly, found friends who shared the same boat, reliable, understanding, and always by my side. Every time I doubted myself, I chose to move forward, and that is a truth we all share. Our doubts pushed us to achieve what once seemed impossible. By overcoming those doubts, every success became deeply personal, and every achievement that much more satisfying. It has been an absolute pleasure to know everyone I have met through JKLU. This journey would not have been the same without each of you. I'd like to end by encapsulating our entire journey with a beautiful poem by Shivmangal Singh Suman. गति प्रबल पैरों में भरी, फिर क्यों रहूं दर दर खड़ा, जब आज मेरे सामने है रास्ता इतना पड़ा, जब तक ना मंजिल पा सकूं तब तक ना मुझे विराम है, चलना हमारा काम है, चलना हमारा काम है. On behalf of the entire batch of 2021, I bid you all a humble and grateful goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you, Jaya and Vidit. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have amongst us Mr. Sandeep Bakshi as the chief guest on the occasion. A seasoned banker, Mr. Bakshi, Managing Director and CEO of ICICI Bank Limited, is having more than 38 years of experience. He has been with the ICICI Group since 1986 and has handled various assignments across the group. I feel pleased and privileged in inviting you, sir, to address the gathering and bless us with your words of wisdom.
Honorable Pro-Chancellors,
Dr. R.P. Singhania and Shri H.P. Singhania, Vice Chancellor Dr. Dheeraj Sanghi, respected members of the Board of Management and Academic Councils, staff, parents and dear students. It is indeed a privilege for me to be here today, amongst you on such a special day. We have the birthday of one of the legends of Indian industry, and I'm here to participate with you in what is a very, very important day in your life. For me, as I came in, I was delighted to see the wonderful work which is being done in this institution. I had the opportunity to visit the various parts of this great institution, and indeed I must say that each one of you who I met, I've been totally impressed with the skills, with your passion, with the quality of education that you have got and how you are imparting it into great outcomes. So truly this is an institution which has given you great knowledge, and one is delighted that one has been able to see how the modern day institutions are evolving, because the last time I was associated with an institution was over 4 decades back. Dr. Sanghi gave a comprehensive assessment of what this institution has done, and I must compliment all the board, the faculty members, the students who have really given great glory to this institution. In times like this, you end up going back in time, and you must realize that, when a person goes older in life, a large part of the life is behind. And to that extent, nostalgia and going back in time is the logical thing. And I must confess that when I was graduating about 4 decades ago, it was a very different country. A country where the expectations were very moderate. We had grown up in a country which had a very different positioning in the global arena. But I must say that when we used to meet the people who would come and tell us about how the world had changed and how India had changed, it was very, very inspirational, because I remember what we were told was by people who spoke to us on such occasion that they had seen India becoming independent. They had seen India becoming a democracy. They had seen India becoming a republic. They had seen some of the wars that India had to fight to establish its presence. The fact that India had created some world-class institutions. So in a way, while we were in a different positioning, the fact was that the journey that had happened was very, very inspirational. And we were just looking forward to the years ahead. But I must tell you that what we have seen in our life has been amazing. And I can tell you one thing that one could never have imagined, that this is what life would give to us, and largely because the world had changed, and even more, the way our country had changed. India's growth story is very different from stories of the other nations, in the sense that when you see nations which have moved forward, if you look at the movement or the transition of United States of America post the Great Depression, that was largely on the base of industry. Similarly, if you see the movement of countries like Korea in the 50s, Germany and Japan, of course, after the post-World War, China of the 80s, it was based on industrial revolution. India has been a lot different, because the Indian growth story has been based on the growth of services. Services has been at the center stage, and services around our human capital. Human capital is one of the greatest assets of a nation, and in a way, if you see in the 80s when India and China were together in terms of their global positioning, the two had charted a different path, and India's positioning, which was around services, was different. But as we sort of move forward, and at this point in time, while China is ahead, when the world economists, when people who are looking at the world of tomorrow, it is
India on which they are taking a big bet. And the biggest strength, while we do talk of some of the areas where we need to improve, the strength of our human capital and the fact that the cutting edge that we have on account of our human capital is going to be one of the very, very long-term sustainable advantages of our country. So just look at, when I look at my sort of journey, it is the journey which is associated with one institution. But through the eyes of this institution, one has seen the transition of the country. And, some of the associations, and, one has been privileged to be associated as a young dealing officer with JKs. And, one of the things that you learn from associations like this is that what is it that sustains institutions? In a way, if you see institutions, an institution which is living 140 years, an institution which is growing, there are one or two very, very fundamental things. All these institutions which live long always work in very, very, I would say, great harmony with the society. Acceptance of society is a very, very important part for long-term sustainability of an institution. The second thing that we see in these great institutions is purpose and values. And this concept of trusteeship, where they believe that institutions are actually meant to be sustained, and the job that you're doing is like a temporary trustee. Institution is an entity which should go many, many years, and that is what makes for great institutions. That is what makes for sustainable institution. So an institution like ICICI actually, again, is an institution which is associated very, very closely with the movement of economy or the way the society has moved. Going back in time, we are about 70 years old. And ICICI was created fundamentally in the mid-54, to be precise, to take care of the entrepreneurial needs in the private sector. So we had a couple of institutions which were in the government sector, but the government of the day thought that it is important that we create an institution in the private sector. And our leaders fundamentally had created a core architecture where they said that our strategy will not be anything independent. Whatever shape the economy takes, wherever there is a need of financial services in the economy, that is the job we will do. So it was a very simple, straightforward strategy. And there were some core abiding frameworks and principles of service, right attitude, ethics, integrity, governance. This was something very, very core. And that's the basis on which ICICI started its journey. In fact, it moved slowly in the first couple of years. In '73 was the first big step they took, and they formed their investment banking because Indian industry had come of age by then. And at that point in time, it was felt that it is important to have an investment banking to advise the aspirations of the Indian industry. I am going to share something. We were talking about Dr. Sanghi spoke in his speech about the great Mr. Deepak Parekh having visited this institution. And I have to share with you that ICICI was the promoter shareholder of HDFC. And, again, the social milieu of that time, I must sort of say that you have grown up in a very different India. The social milieu of that time was around food security and Maslow's first level of hierarchy, roti, kapda, makan. And that's how Mr. H.T. Parekh, who was then our founding chairman, conceptualized housing as a very, very important area to serve the society. And that's how HDFC got formed. And how proud we are that it's one of the stellar institutions of our country. In the 80s, there was, I would say, a very, very interesting concept of private equity. I know how much, the young generation wants to be associated with private equity. It was, again, a way of entrepreneurship. And for us who had grown thinking about debt as the only way of association with the industry, that was the introduction of the concept of association with institutions through equity. And that again was, I would say, one of the good innovations of ICICI, again aligning with the needs of the society. Then of course came CRISIL. And I would say the tectonic shift happened when ICICI Bank was formed about 30 years back. I must tell you again a very, very subtle shift. I spoke about the India's growth story which started around services. So just imagine that in 90s a new bank is starting You have the existing banks who have been around for a long time. They've done yeoman service. They have 8,000, 10,000 branches. And here there are a set of new institutions which are coming. How do you sort of imagine? I was so impressed with the way design school, and that's why I was asking so many of the students, how do you decide on your projects? I had great curiosity to understand. So I was just going back in the mind of the people who were there 30 years back. Imagine how would you conceptualize a business model if you have a competitor who has 10,000 branches. They have done human service. They have a set of customers who have been with them for a long time. They enjoy great trust. So there was a subtle thing. And I think, again, because you're speaking of design, one of the things that I could correlate after meeting, and seeing what you're doing is that, and I was just trying to correlate it with what, people who would have thought of the need of the society. By and large, while there would be many, many other sort of reasons for innovation to happen, but I think any design, it caters to a demand which is unfulfilled, a demand which is latent. I mean, many of us have latent demands which are not manifesting as of now in terms of a core product, but they lie innate in us. And when that product or service becomes available, that I would say gets discovered as actually a demand. Or when the product and service is very expensive. Or when in the delivery of the product there is too much of fatigue. These are some of the things around which innovation happens. And just go back in time. Services was coming. India was getting discovered as a services hub. Large organizations with human capital, they needed homes, they needed cars, they needed credit cards. So institutions which functioned, banks thought of themselves as a B2B. To move to a B2C, there was a very interesting shift which was happening in the economy. And that was the availability of telecom, the availability of connectivity, which enabled, I would say, the newer institutions to set up anywhere banking, set up large outbound centralized processing shops. And that's how they were able to cater to the demands of the society. And I think they started to move forward and became relevant. I would say that the movement, so in a way what happened at that point in time was what I call emancipation of India's middle class, when almost 15 to 20 crore people who were at a certain level got into a higher echelon fundamentally because of services and availability of things where they could own homes, they could own cars, opportunities came, and in a way the repositioning of our country had started. Alongside, our country was becoming different because it was investing in the digital infrastructure. If you see the digital infrastructure starting with Aadhaar, credit bureaus, the UPI payment system, which is the cynosure of everybody's eyes, the starting of things like account aggregator, things like GST databases, things like the ability to assess or have APIs for income tax assessment. And in general, the digitization along with the cheapest availability of technology. There is a very, very quiet shift which is happening in the society through digitization, which is making services affordable. But have you seen the results of some of the examinations? I was so happy to learn that some of the youngsters are taking examinations like CAT. If you see the results of the JEE or the NEET, what you would notice is that there are young boys and girls who are coming from the hinterland, because with affordable education, they are able to access these facilities, and when 9th and 10th, when they get discovered, they are brought to NEET or Akash or some of the places, they are coached, and that is where they hunger. They are the ones who are fundamentally sort of making the cut. The power of this digital education, the power of this digitization, the positioning that it will do for our country, while we don't know what will happen, but it could fundamentally be leading to emancipation of maybe another 15 to 20 crore. So I think this human capital journey of our country, it's just the start, and this momentum of our country is going to continue for a long, long time. For a career, when you sort of start a career, one of the things which a career like mine has seen, and I must sort of mention that a large part of my career was at a time when the growth was not disruptive. Things were not disruptive. Is that so many careers which have become so relevant today were not even existing 20 or 25 years back. There was no private banking 25, 30 years back. There was no private insurance. There was no telecom. There was no internet. There was no digital. In a way, one of the learnings that I have is that many a times when we are in our student days, we put or start saying that we would like to do this, we would like to do finance, we would like to do role A, role B, role C. While I cannot sermonize, I should not be telling anyone. My only sort of thing is that if a career that happened 30 or 40 years back saw disruption, saw careers which were not there, putting any fetters or restrictions may just come in the way of giving you opportunities or you exploring things which would be coming and would be coming fast and furious at a pace which will be much faster than what has happened before. The speed of disruption with product life cycles getting shortened will be much, much more. So my one sort of understanding is that the world that is coming will not allow us the luxury to put prescriptions or restrictions in what we need to do. I think it is a very, very important thing for us to actually embrace change. Be agile and understand that the world of tomorrow will throw opportunities, and we should be in a position to sort of cope up with that. While I cannot meet the standards of Dr. Sanghi, but I must say that this line, what comes to my mind after hearing is, "Main to chala jidhar chale rasta." You know, you will get these when opportunity beckons you. Your mind fetters that this is good, this is not. My only request is, let us not give labels of good careers, good functions. The only function is the function of opportunity. That is something which I think is going to be a very, very unique aspect of coming times. The other thing which today it's the parents are here to celebrate with the children. It's a very, very special day for parents, and I must say that, and even Dr. Sanghi alluded to that this is a step change for you in life, because the life till date has been in the presence of your parents or your guardians who give you an equivalent of a kavach, who provide you secure environment, who give you nurturing, who give you values, and I would say so much of love and affection. Then the teachers, they sort of guide you, they are your mentors. They are hugely tolerant to, I would say, our mistakes. And in a way, they just keep nudging us to get better and better. There is also one thing that in the academic world, when I was, giving the degrees and the gold, seeing the degrees being granted and the gold medals, there is a sort of a linear equation. You work hard, you do your assignments, you get good grades, and by and large, you can expect proportionate results. While fundamentally hard work and I would say sincerity, there is no substitute to that. But the real world, at times, the equation is not linear. You could put in hard work today, the results may not come immediately. They may take time to come. My sort of thing is that that is the time you're not to sort of get dejected or not to sort of get. Your tenacity, your perseverance has to only, continue with great intensity, because there is no substitute. Good outcomes are sure to follow. Secondly, there is also a possibility that you will get leaders who are of a different fabric. Here you get, by and large, the affection that you get from parents or I would say teachers. There you get all sorts of people. You will get leaders who would be very, very accommodating. They would be very, very, I would say, guiding or mentoring. You could get tough leaders. You could get insecure leaders. You have to cope up. But the only thing what I want to tell you is, again, the aspect of mental resilience. That sincerity and hard work, that cannot be compromised. The world which is going to be there for our country and the opportunities which will be coming will be absolutely glorious. But when these opportunities come, will everyone be able to cope up with it? my request is that the opportunity will be so vast and will be for so many people that we will have actually fewer people than are needed. But there are 2 or 3 things which can stand between you getting the opportunities or not getting the opportunities. And 2 or 3 traits which I believe, and through the journey of life I believe, which can become big showstoppers. One is the trait of cynicism. We can get cynical. We can start criticizing. The world is not going to change based on us. The world will have its own path. But the thing to get cynical, this is not good, I've also done it at times. But I realize we have to be positive about what is in our control. And again, the positivity is something that is the biggest source of strength and the ability, because the moment we become cynical, I feel that we lose our cutting edge. The second is arrogance. Arrogance is something which actually is not about being rude, but arrogance is a state when you become resistant to change. And one of the things during lunchtime, we were talking of some of the great mentors that one has been through, and we had a great mentor, Mr. Vagul. He passed away a couple of months back, and when I was just reflecting on this aspect of arrogance, I got a very, very decisive lesson from him in my early years of my professional career. And I'm going to narrate that incident. I'll seek your indulgence just to narrate an incident in 2 or 3 minutes. So, in ICICI as a development financial institution, we were in an oligopoly of sorts. That there were 3 institutions, and almost everyone had to come to us for getting a loan. And in our sense, we thought that efficiency meant that through a Word document or through an Excel, we would produce a document in the earliest possible time, and that's the way we assessed our own efficiency. So Mr. Vagul, he came to Delhi and he sort of spoke about a case. He would generally talk about cases. So there was a case, he said, have you done it? I said, sir, the client has not given information. He came back after a month. I said, client has not given information. Another month, client has not given information. So he sort of called me and he said, why don't we have lunch together? So I went there. He said, Sandeep, tell me, who is the most handsome hero that you've seen? So I sort of deliberated. I said, sir, Shashi Kapoor. Shashi Kapoor is so, when he comes and I just said, sir, in the movie Sharmili, when he enters, I think the most handsome hero, it's basically, he said, yes. So he says, you can have arrogance of good looks, but it's ephemeral. Look at Shashi Kapoor, age has caught up. Then I said Devanand, he said age has caught up. So he says, arrogance of good looks, it's ephemeral, it doesn't harm anyone. Then he said, there could be arrogance of wealth. But again, I have spoken about sustainability of institutions. When you don't forget trusteeship, you lose your cutting edge, you lose your positioning. He said, third is the arrogance of intellect or your position. He said, in a way, what stopped you from going to customer to get information? He said, well, you don't realize, many a times when we become arrogant, we don't realize. Arrogance, passive arrogance. Arrogance comes in various forms. But this is something which will actually bring you down. This is something where you can harm your institution. He says, arrogance is something which can harm your institution. It can bring grief to you personally, but more than that, it can hurt your institution, and you don't have the right to do it. I'm so grateful that I got that ticking off. And from that day, I realized that one thing, and even at this stage, I'm not wanting to be modest in the world of finance after 38 years. I can tell you, I don't even know 10% of finance. So vast is the knowledge of finance. So learning never stops. And when we talk of humility, humility is the ability to see the viewpoint of others and the ability to constantly embrace learning. That, I think, is to be the journey of life, because I really believe that the disruption which is going to happen will need positivity, hard work, and above all, humility. This is something very, very important. I can go on and on, but I just want to sort of, speak one last thing. As students, this is something we all go through the emotion. When we get a summer job, it is a very emotional time, and We do get disappointed at times when we don't get the summer placement of our choice. There is always also a time, disappointment at times when you're getting your final placement. But I can tell you one thing, this is not success or failure. Success of life is decided on the last day of your life. Even I don't know whether I'm successful, because you don't know what life has in store for you. The only thing which is in our control is hard work, sincerity, purposeful and passionate. We have to do that till the last day of our life. Our endeavor to work hard cannot even be punctuated at any point in time in our life. So this is something which I want to tell you, that this summer placement, final job, this is not, we don't even know who amongst you will go where. And it's a choice we will make. I can tell you one thing, that when we don't get something, it's a choice we make. We justify or we introspect. We either have gratitude for what we get, or for the same thing we can have bitterness. These are choices we make. But my sort of request and appeal, and this I'm saying out of mistakes that one has made, is that make the right choices. And the right choice is to be made. This institution has given you fantastic grounding, fantastic education. Is the choice that you make in terms of the person you have to, you want to be. The person purposeful, the person passionate, the person humble, the person compassionate. Compassion is again a very, very important thing. I think it's a choice we have to make. And when I was looking and meeting you, the baptism that you've got, the environment that you have got, I'm sure these qualities have already been, the seeds of these have already been sown by the wonderful, I would say, values that would have been given to you by your parents, what this institution has nurtured, and what you will do to yourself in the journey of your life. So I can go on and on, but this is a time for you to celebrate and, savor this very, very special day. One would again want to congratulate the parents on this very, very happy day, and I would want to wish you the very best in all spheres of life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your pearls of wisdom with us. I am sure that your address will go a long way in inspiring all of us in moving ahead. May I now request Dr. R.P. Singhania, Pro-Chancellor of the University, to present a memento to the Chief Guest as a token of our affection and fond remembrance. Thank you, sir. May I now request Shri H.P. Singhania, Pro-Chancellor of the University, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you. Distinguished Chief Guest, Shri Sandeep Bakshi ji, Pro-Chancellor Dr. Raghupati Singhania ji, Vice Chancellor Professor Dheeraj Sanghi, members of the Board of Management and the Academic Council, Pro-VC, heads of institutions, faculty, staff, and dear students, parents, distinguished guests, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, the graduating students of 2024. It's indeed a privilege and honor for me to conclude our convocation and Founders Day ceremony at J.K. Lakshmipat University today. I am thankful to all of you who have gathered here to celebrate this vision of our founders. Their unwavering commitment has paved the way to our collective journey, and today we honor this legacy. I am indeed most grateful to our chief guest, Shri Sandeep Bakshi ji, who, when I spoke to him and called him up to say, would you please grace this occasion, unhesitatingly agreed without saying anything except that, you are calling the wrong person. I am not much of a public speaker, but I think you will all agree with me, each one of you, that he is truly the right person. We have known him for his achievements and career in the finance sector, in banking, and he has transformed even an old institution like ICICI to a cutting-edge institution that it is today. But what I like about this, and Sandeep ji, if I may say, I have had the privilege of knowing you for many decades. He is a friend, that he has done it in a very quiet way. You don't see his name on the headlines every day, or for that matter very often, but he has changed the institution and the trajectory. What I always appreciate, other than your professional achievements, and which actually we saw in your address, was your humility and simplicity. You spoke about it, but we can see this, and I have seen this in person over the years. You spoke about important things, purposes, value, trusteeship, ethics, aligning with society and changing with the times. I think one of the ways to build an institution, or the only enduring way, is to change with the times. Otherwise, even dinosaurs become obsolete. They were huge creatures. You talked about practical wisdom today, not lofty ideas and ideals, and the fact that we should grab opportunity wherever it arises, whenever it arises. So thank you on behalf of JKLU, Sandeep ji, for this very inspiring address, and I'm sure the students will gain immensely from it. I can only tell you, I have learned much from it today myself. On behalf of JK Lakshmipat University, I also wish to thank all our esteemed guests who have graced this occasion, and also those who have joined us online. We are online. My deepest appreciation to the faculty and staff for making this important function happen, and in helping us students who are graduating today achieve this. Congratulations to the graduating students. As Dr. Sanghi said, your new life, your professional life begins now as you pass out from here. I'm sure you will do your university proud, you will do your parents proud, and derive great satisfaction at your own achievements and learn from your ups and downs in life. And thank you very much to all the people over here on the dais. And now may I request everybody to stand up for the national anthem. Thank you.
Jana Mana Adhinayaka Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Vanga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchchala Jaladhi Taranga Tava Shubha Name Jage शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I declare the convocation closed.
May I request all the guests to please remain standing till the procession leaves the venue. Please hold on your excitement for the next 5 or 2 minutes. I also request guest convocated students and their parents, faculty and staff members to please join us for the high tea in the adjoining health center lawn on my left. All the graduated students are requested to hand over the convocation gown and stole before proceeding for the high tea. All JKLU students are requested to receive the refreshment packet just outside the convocation venue. Thank you.